So here's the most fun part of all of our Fireside Chat
All
sessions,
right.
which is the rapid fire round.
Cool.
So I'm going to throw a bunch of questions at you that that are around the US, and you get 5 seconds to answer them.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, there's no timer or anything, but I'm going to be doing my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'll try to be prompt.
Okay. Okay. This is a fairly easy question. The first one. Which iconic American landmark is located in South Dakota and features the carved faces of 4 US presidents?
That would be Mount Rushmore.
Yes, it's a fairly simple one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think it's got Washington, it's
Yeah,
got Teddy Roosevelt, Lincoln, and Jefferson. Not
yeah.
in that order though, so don't check me on that one. But it's on my short list. I've not been to South Dakota, so hoping to make it out there.
When you go there, make sure you pick a souvenir up for me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The second question. What is the largest state in the United States by land area?
Ooh, great question.
You actually know the answer. You mentioned the place as well during our conversation.
Uh-huh. Well,
Yeah,
it's got to be either Alaska, California, or Texas. I'm going to say that it is Alaska.
correct.
Yay! It's just so big and it's so empty, but there's a lot of land up there. So I had to figure. Texas and California have got to be second and third or third and second, though, for sure.
Okay, so the next question, this is a fairly simple one as well. Which city is known as the Windy City and is famous for its deep dish pizza and architecture?
That would be Chicago, Illinois. And fun fact, it's not actually named the Windy City because of the weather or the wind. It's named the Windy City because it was famous for having politicians who talked too much. And I think that's a problem everywhere you go nowadays. But the Windy City was about how much the politicians would go on and on talking pointless things. So just a little fun fact to your fun fact.
But I don't understand the relationship between windy and too much talking.
Like if someone is long-winded, it means that they go on and on for a long time. So in a similar way, the politicians, the governors, the mayors of Chicago, it became known as the Windy City because all of these leaders were just these, blowhards who talked too much, frankly. It was in the early 20th century is really when this was happening. Just a little fun tidbit.
Got it. Aren't you a little trivia book?
Yeah, it's good stuff. I love Chicago.
Okay, so the next question. Which American state is famous for its vibrant music scene and is often referred to as the Music City? Five,
I'm going to
four.
have to go with Nashville, Tennessee as the home of country music, which is a uniquely American form of music. Honorable mention to New Orleans, though, as the jazz capital, which is another American music tradition.
So is it jazz or is it country music? Which is the
I'm
right
going to,
answer?
my formal answer, I'll say Nashville for country music.
You're correct.
Yay! Cool. I've not been to Nashville. I've heard it's amazing. There's a couple of gaps in my travel I've got to try to get to here.
Yeah. Okay, the next question. What is the tallest mountain peak in North America and is located inside a national park?
The tallest mountain peak is formerly known as Mount McKinley, and President Obama renamed it Denali in honor of the indigenous name for the same mountain. So I'm going to go with Denali.
You're smart, aren't you?
Yay!
Be honest.
No, you can see my hands. No, I've not seen these questions before. I think I watch the news a little too much, so I unfortunately know these things. But yeah, Denali, I'd love to be able to see it in person.
Definitely. Let me know if you ever go.
Would love to.
Yeah. The next question. Which city in California is renowned for its iconic Golden Gate Bridge and hilly streets?
That would be San Francisco.
Obviously. These
Yes, very good.
questions are a little too easy. Maybe next time I'll make them a little more tricky.
Certainly, yeah, we'll come back. We'll do a round two and really up the ante a little bit, but these are fun.
Yeah. So the last question for this round. Which American national park is known for its spectacular geysers, including the famous Old Faithful?
That would be Yellowstone National Park.
You're right.
Yay! Which I think
Uh,
is in where? Montana and Wyoming? I think it straddles a couple different states, so maybe
mhm.
some overlap there. Certainly from Montana, you can get there. I've not
Yeah.
been there either, so you're naming places that are definitely on my travel short list. It's kind of funny. Even San Francisco, I've not been to. I got to get
Oh,
going here. Yeah.
is it far from New York, Buffalo?
It's about as far away as you can get before you start coming back around again. But I've been to LA, San Diego. I've just never made it up to that kind of middle part of California and the Bay Area. It's one of
Hmm.
the most famous areas in the country. I just, for some reason, have not seemed to make it there. So you see these little funny gaps as you go along and travel. There's always more places to see.